It's game jam time. A game jam is a competition where you have to make a game as fast as possible, which usually involves sleeping less than is healthy for you. And today is the GMTK game jam, a game jam with 32,000 other people that only gives you 4 days to make a complete game from start to finish. And the theme for the game jam is Build to Scale. And with the theme announced, I opened up the highly productive planning tool of Paint and started writing down some ideas. I had a few ideas, but I eventually settled on the idea of you having a scale gun and allowing you to change the scale of special objects to reach the end of a level. It's basically a puzzle game. It is a puzzle game. Then I opened up an actual planning tool and wrote down a long list of shit I need to do before the 4 days are over. And the list is actually enormous, just like your mom. And with all that very boring planning out of the way, we can make a new Godot project and actually begin. First thing I did was add a player, and I gave him a laser. And then I made this little crate, and I didn't give him a laser. And now if the player would shoot the crate with the laser, the crate becomes bigger. I am actually a game design genius, if you cannot tell. The more I play around with this laser, the more puzzle ideas I get, so it's probably not as bad. Just incredibly stupid. And I finished off day 1 by drawing the player sprite and going to bed. And with the start of day 2, I added the player sprite I made yesterday and set up all the animations. Like this little vine going back and forth, the antenna, the goddamn robot blinks for some reason. Yeah, I could have just slept on making all this garbage, but it's here now. And with the player done, I added this little UI so you can set the skill. Because setting the skill in a game about changing the skill of objects is kind of important. Then I realized I made the UI way too big. So in my infinite wisdom, I was like, let's add some upgrades. Because what is scope creep, am I right? Not like we have only 4 days to make the entire game. So I made 5 upgrades you can pick up that change your laser. Like this one that just makes your laser really big. And then I finished off day 2 by trying to add a mirror, which did not go well, so I just went to bed. Then I woke up on day 3, fixed the mirror in about 5 minutes, because I need sleep to function apparently. Who saw that one coming? And with the mirrors fixed, I started to work on some levels. I made the tile map as fast as I could without making it look like actual garbage. And I made the robot be able to drive from the slopes that I've added in the tile map. And like any good puzzle game, I made buttons that open doors when you throw a box on them. Because being original is not part of the game jam. I also made a vine and a pot that react to you driving into them. And then I spent the rest of the day making the first 9 levels for the game. And I also wrote in my notes that I added button lines. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. And that was the end of day 3, and I went to bed. So I started off day 4 by finishing all 12 levels and adding names to all the levels. And then I had to go to school, which was a big old time waste. But when I got back, I made a main menu. And then I added some sound effects for when opening the door and shooting the laser and other stuff like that. I finished off day 4 by adding a timer to see how slow you were. And then for the final time, I went to bed. Day 5. I know I said it's a 4-day jam, but you know, time zones just be like that. So final day, we have to submit it at the end of the day. And we still have some stuff to do. So I started out with making some buttons to take you to the main menu, full screen, etc. And then I got some people to playtest the game. And from the results of this playtest, I moved the UI to the left side. Because people would open the UI that is now blocking the thing you're supposed to shoot at, change the skill, and then not move until they found something to shoot. But moving the UI to the left fixed this issue, and the game is now done. Unless I found a bunch of bugs in the final 2 hours. Which definitely doesn't happen. So I found a bunch of bugs in the last 2 hours. I fixed all the bugs, and with just 34 minutes left, I submitted my game. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I did it. I made a game in way too short of a time frame. And the jam just ended, and we got 334th out of 7,700 submissions. I think for my first jam, that's pretty good. If you want more people to enjoy my suffering, then you can like and subscribe, because I got some cool stuff coming for my main game very soon. Of course, you can play the game. There's a link in the description. It's free and you don't even need to download it. Hope you had a good day. I hope I also see you next week with the video on my main game. You will be there, right? Like, you are sure you're gonna be here and there's no questions asked. Okay, you make sure. Yeah, goodbye.